Hey guys, Mike here from Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. Today we're looking at the Athlon Helos BTR Gen2. This is a 6-24 by 56 rifle scope. We'll look at a few things here. The focusing eyepiece is nice and smooth. The magnification ring is nice and smooth. The turrets are lockable, so they pull in, push in, pull out. See a lot of my fingers moving there, but there's hardly any play in that turret at all. That one's got just a little bit. It's not bad. When you get into turrets that pull up and pull down, I'm sure you're going to see a little slop. The parallax is nice and smooth. It's not shocky at all. The scope comes just the scope in a box. It doesn't come with a sunshade. The sunshade is extra. And the scope is coming in at a price range around that $600 mark. We're selling them for $599 here at Panther Hollow. We have the mill and the MOA versions of this scope. The scope length is 14.4 inches and it weighs 34.5 ounces. Pull that back there. Kind of see that. There's the reticle. If you guys want to look up the specs on this scope, there's the name of the reticle, and the specs there. We ran this scope in a match this last weekend. We had a lot of rain, a lot of humidity, and the gun was soaking wet. We had a young shooter behind it. We didn't cover it up. We just ran the match as we normally would, and left our guns in the elements, and to see what the scopes would handle. This scope came through with flying colors. It never fogged on us. We never had any issues whatsoever with this guy. We shot it all the way out to 933. Let's see how much dialable we have in this scope. This is a 40 MOA rail. Let me take it back to 0 here. Got 25. There's 50. 75. 85. 93. We have 93 dialable in the Helos BTR Gen2. 93 MOA. So just to give you an example, we only need 86 to get to a mile with the 6XC. So we have plenty of dialable elevation there to get to a mile with a 40 MOA rail. This is a Howa Action with a 40 MOA rail sitting on top of it. We're getting ready to take this gun to a mile, actually this whole combination to a mile, and see if we can get some hits on target at that distance with the 6XC. Thoughts about the scope? Well, so far so good. A lot of guys are going to ask me, how does it compare to the Arken SH4 Gen 2? And on glass clarity, we've done some comparisons. In a shooter video, we actually had a shooter video where the Jake, or one of our shooters, actually used this scope in a match, and his other gun has the SH4 Gen 2 on it, and the only thing he didn't like about this was the reticle. He would prefer the dot reticle, which some guys prefer the dot, some guys prefer the floating cross. That's just something that's up to the individual shooter. As far as the glass clarity goes, this guy was clear. We didn't have, I think I'm repeating myself, any fogging issues with this scope at all during the match, and it was raining. So as far as first impressions go, I think this is going to be a great scope for the money. I'm actually really excited about this scope. The lockable turrets is one of those things you don't see on very many scopes in this price range at all. So there you have it. The Athlon Helos BTR Gen 2 6-24 by 56 is a great scope for the money. We will be doing some footage through the scope with the camera and getting some impressions on that. But as far as our first impressions goes, this scope is well worth the money at $600. You get a lot of options that other scopes don't offer in that price range, and you get some pretty nice glass, really, for the money. So if you're looking at money versus glass, this is batting above its weight, actually, price range wise, versus the glass it has in it. So again, this is Mike from Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. If there's anything you'd like to see in particular, drop me a message below. I try to keep the videos kind of short and sweet and give you some impressions. Right now, like I said, I'm very impressed with this scope, and we'll see what it turns out here in another month or so while we use it. We're going to use the crap out of it. We're going to dial the crap out of it and see if it holds up. Again, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. This is Mike. We'll see you in the next video. You guys have a safe weekend. Thanks for watching.